tell you what, man. It's refreshing as heck in order to get the 3 points on the road. We haven't done that in what, I don't know, 6 weeks. It's been a long time. I think the last time we did that was probably President Reagan. I think most of us weren't even born yet. But it's been great though. I mean, to get 3 points, it's refreshing. And it's like too good to be true.
Right.
Like I'm probably going to be up until 3 in the morning because I'm not used to getting 3 points on the road.
Right.
So it's like winning the championship of like Ohio because all of a sudden now we got 6 points from Ohio. So I don't know if this is LeBron's fault or it's our fault, but I want to say it's our fault for winning 6 points. So let's not get sidetracked.
Tito with his brace, man, he was clinical today. Like he, which is kind of not his norm. What'd you think?
I'll tell you what, Tito, he's turning into our third guy. It's all this stuff, where we have Martinez, and then it's Almiron, and all of a sudden Villa steps up, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry, buddy, if I am, but I'm an American, So, but I'll tell you what, though, I mean, you are the best third guy to come in there, and you're stepping up, and it's kind of like, it's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the Atlanta Falcons. Someone's stepping up every game.
Yeah.
You know what? Now we have guys stepping up, and you know what? It's creating that championship caliber. We're not used to it, and to us as Atlanta fans, we're like, we're an expansion team. No, we're expected to win now. Because every week we're expected to win. But you think we've been here for 20 years, and our fan base, and it's kind of like we're so passionate. It's unbelievable.
Sure, true.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we finally get a clean sheet in that sense where we go on the road and we take care of business. What do you think was the key to us, keeping that clean sheet?
Honestly, I think it was after that U.S. Open Cup loss. Yeah. I think everybody got motivated. I mean, even the bench, they're kind of like, you know what, let's play for something even bigger.
Yeah.
And the U.S. Open Cup's great, and it's historic, but at the end of the day, you want to win MLS, and I think these guys got fired up.
Yeah.
They don't like the L's, and they know that they get behind us when they win, and it's something special. So
we have a match in about 3 days. Would you keep the same lineup, or would you change something up? What do you think?
What do you think? Do you think we should change it up?
Well, we took a couple of guys off for some rest, so maybe we could start the same lineup, possibly. But it's 3 matches in about 10 days. It's tough, I think there needs to be a little bit of rotation.
That's good. I'm glad you said that because that's why we started our B team in the U.S. Open Cup, so these guys can get hungry real fast. So, you know what? I like your point. I think we should toss it up, put a couple of bench players out there, see how they do the first half. Right. But at the same time, I like this lineup. I like the formation they're running. I think San Jose, I don't know if you guys know much about them because they're a West Coast team, but they run kind of the same formation too. There's not much difference. Right. So, and seeing them and playing LA last week, there's not much difference. And, if you play them just as hard, Columbus is a competitive team. San Jose is a West Coast team coming, they're going to be coming probably to Atlanta to party. No, I'm just kidding. They're probably not. But I'd keep that same formation. Maybe toss it up a little with some bench guys, get them some exposure, and then see what happens within the 40th minute, and then sub out. Yeah. So,
is there anybody specifically that you would want to start?
Off the top of my head, that lineup was perfect tonight. Yeah. I think the formation and the caliber was really good. Yeah. There was a couple missed shots here. But the attackers are good. Martinez. I like to see a little bit more action from Garzon, but I'm pretty complacent with how everything's going. I think it's been a big learning experience, so I'm not going to get too in depth and try to mess up a good thing. But the formation, the way it is, I like it a lot. So.
How'd you think Walks did again at right back today?
What's that?
Walks. Anton Walks. How'd you think he did again at right back?
Gosh, the guy's up and coming. Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. I mean. You could definitely tell his caliber of speed and why he belongs to Atlanta United in this caliber. Yeah. I think he's got a couple more games in order to finesse his style a little. Yeah. I saw a couple of East-West flaws that I didn't like, but, that'll all come with experience. He's a young guy. Right. So, but, yeah.
And also, I mean, like, he's on a 6-month loan, so we won't probably have him for the entire season. Do you think we'll miss that? Do we need to bring somebody in the transfer window to kind of back that up, like, because he can back up at center back, he can back up at the fullbacks. Do we need somebody else as well?
I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, we're a well-funded team, and we're a team that has to go out and prove themselves. Yeah. If he can prove himself, there's a guy named Joseph Martinez, got to do the same thing. And this particular lad had to prove himself and got signed. So if he wants to commit to the team and be good and work hard, we're going to buy him out eventually. So, you know, we have the capital to do it. And at the end of the day, you know, if he wants to walk the walk, Walk is our man, you know. So
I can dig it. So there's a rumor out there because Yamil Assad's dad mentioned on an Argentina radio show, basically that, basically Atlanta United purchased him. What do you think? What do you think of the rumor? And are you happy that we bought him?
I am. I think he's proved his wealth. You know, I saw that the contract that he signed. You know, it's nothing extraordinary. Yeah. You know, it's something that's going to break the bank. Yeah. But you know, I think these guys are getting lucky to play here. Yeah. They see our fan base. Yeah. They see our passion, and you know. Listen, the quality of life in Atlanta is not bad compared to some of those teams that they could play for in Europe. You know, so at the same time, you know, Assad, listen, if he really wants to play hard for this team and earn his keep, he will. You know, it's all going to come naturally. But I like the plan. Assad's done good things for us so far. You know, it hasn't been, you know, to where we're going to call him a high caliber all-star player, but he's going to get there. You know, he's a young guy too. And this is the thing. This is a young squad, and they're going to get there. Yeah. So I like the Assad. I like it. When I first heard about him, I was like, yes. And that's all I can think about. I don't really have an opinion, but I just know from watching him that he's a hard worker and he'll do fine. So.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
No. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm looking forward to the second half of the season. I think we're trying to get it together and piecemeal it. I feel like we're 5 years ahead of the ball game right now, and we're about ready to break the point. I'm guessing we're a fourth place finisher this year, and listen, you know, that might be an undershot. We might be higher than that, but you know, listen, the best teams in the league finished 3 and 4, and let's just see what happens, man. I like where it's going, and hey, I appreciate the chance to get interviewed by you.
Absolutely, man. So really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for your time.